In a little over a week, we'll be sitting down with family and friends for Thanksgiving dinner.
And for some of us, it'll be the first major gathering since the start of the pandemic. So while that sounds like a big relief for some are worried about tensions at the Thanksgiving dinner table. I mean, what if your uncle doesn't believe in vaccines? What if your two aunts start arguing about masks? And what happens when grandma says, y'all shut up and just take a COVID test? That's what would happen in my family, Pat.
Well, Jeff, joining us now, we're laughing. Joining us now to help navigate the minefield that will be Thanksgiving dinner during a pandemic is Mediator Ted Andrews. Ted, thanks for taking time to talk to us this evening. Well,
thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. Let's start with what we can do now. Do we need to lay ground rules out for anyone we invited to dinner next week?
I think you should just be clear about your concerns. If you're concerned about vaccines and masks, then just say that's what we're trying to do. Or if you're not concerned about it, then let everybody make a choice. I think don't try to be persuasive. Being persuasive is probably not the right tack to take at this point.
Yeah, especially during the holidays, maybe. So, Ted, what if you're going to be a guest in someone's house? Is there a sensitive way to maybe bring up and ask about vaccination status of the host, maybe other members there?
Yeah, or just state what yours is and just what your feelings are. Just say, hey, I'm vaccinated and I'd prefer to spend Thanksgiving with vaccinated people. Or state, it doesn't matter to you either way. And then let them make the choice.
Well, Ted,
I think it's hard.
Oh, go ahead, please.
I think it's hard to make other people mandate what other people are going to do in their own home. So
yeah,
well, that's common sense.
Yeah,
really.
Sure.
Well, Ted, what do you do when things go south? Like bickering or full-on arguments start?
I think just take a step back and realize that at this point everyone's so polarized that they may not even be arguing with you. They're having an argument with everything they've read in the paper. And really the thing to preserve is a relationship, because at some point this will be over, and it'd be great to keep your old friends and family on good terms.
Yeah. I'd say don't argue just past the turkey and stuffing,
Yeah.
So, Ted, do you think the pandemic is going to permanently alter a relationship that we have with family members that might be, of a different mind on things? And can we actually recover from these big disagreements?
I think we can recover. I think just being understanding that everyone's either fearful or not fearful, and just knowing that this will pass. I mean, next year will be a new year, and I think it'll be very different. And so I think after you receive an invitation, and if you can't go, send a thank you. Say, hey, thank you for inviting me. I love coming to your place for Thanksgiving, and I'd love to come next year, if possible.
All right. Well, that's very good advice there. Well, Ted, before we end this conversation, do you have any other advice for us as we prepare for Thanksgiving?
Just it's a great holiday. It's a great time to see family and friends. And I think the main thing is not to have a big argument that will last longer than this Thanksgiving, because this is such an odd one.
It is. But the thing is, it's Thanksgiving, right? And maybe that's what we should remember first.
Don't lose sight. Be thankful. Yeah. Well, Ted,
all right.
Ted, thank you so much for your time. I'm sure a lot of people will be able to use that advice.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We'll stay with us ahead here at 5 o'clock.